And we're back. Last time, we made it to Fancy, Texas, found a band of bandits being led by the deputy sheriff, smoked them out with a concoction of dinosaur shit that brought all the dinosaurs rampaging through their place. And now, we're friends with Zekawa here, and we're gonna take out the sheriff's, we're here to find the sheriff's secret stash. Deputy sheriff. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels, where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tuli Hilal, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. I wasn't sure what to make of you after Husatawi, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Ah, well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. There's a lesson in that. Vulture's a slipper bastard. We're gonna catch him. We need to pack him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Husatawi would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the others to search for barrels for any stolen goods. Using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Wihute has carried the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. Won't he simply feign ignorance? Oh, he'll try. And that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wiggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. He loses, and he will lose. That'll be the end of the Vulture. Plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? I say let Zekawa have his duel. Thanks. Sure was lucky running into 2U. You won't regret this, I promise. You're satisfied? So am I. I knew I could count on you. I was seen in Tonatenyawi, so it's probably best if I stay and search barrels. You're with me. Tell the Vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, you won't be able to resist taking the bait. You want to buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to Husatawi. Once you've got the Vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Right then, let's get to it. Yeah, he see we're likely to Shatona's doing. What's his angle? And then there was the brat. Past time I dealt with him. A gentle poke. Excuse me, sir. What's this? Unfamiliar face. Have you need of the Dusk Watch, sir? I found a precocious child. What? Zeko tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. See, so desperate was he to see his friend free his friends from prison, he turned to a law crime. How awful. You have my sincere thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play tour guide, but if you insist, Shishinawezi Spring is home to a thriving cerulean mining industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Okay, I'm sorry, but I need to go fight this dude. Are what you drink, huh? Oh. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. God, that move looks so fucking cool. Good job, everyone. Good job. Is this the place? I don't see him. Oops. Silly me. Just a little further. Very well, lead on. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best beware of beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on ceruleum, but for you, I reckon they make an exception. Oops. Is this the place then? Sorry, I'm still learning my way around. That one, I think so. Better be the place. I left him tied up around a big rock. Must have been a different rock. My patience is wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I will both dearly regret. Just try, you piece of shit. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw needles and all, cut the chit chat. Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where's Zekwa? Tell me where he is or I'll bury you in the same grave. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it. I've had it with these games and I've had it with you. Hey, Wubute, you looking for me? You want to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Damn, Aaronville.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shishenawetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
Oh, come off it. I saw you with the bracelet, you piece of shit.
What's the meaning of this, Woohoote?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Woohoote, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it.
That's a youth?
Let your pistols do the talking! Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? Huh. A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this. Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Woohoote drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Woohoote had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zakawa? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuk Lamot's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
That ended up being rather more complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Phew, finally it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to Shishinawezi Springs. You'll be staying there long? I'd like to give you proper thanks after I find my friends. Weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. I got this. My bracelet, thank you. Thank you so much. Truly, Buklamat is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depths of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the Deputy Chief turned out to be the bandit's leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. Easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are. The real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Wakana and Luwine. If it wasn't for you believing in Zekwa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wahute put to behind bars. We never gave up hope Zeko found a way to get us out. We always was the best of the Daybreakers, but I was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Fortunately, our group is smaller now, and lacking in strength besides. Some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dustwatch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day so no one will get the better of us ever again. Isn't that right? Right, and you'll teach us how you draw your pistol so fast, won't you? Well, we won't need to duel at all. To duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. I owe you a great debt. One of these days, I'll be sure to repay it. On that, you have my word. Till we meet again. You'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though, do let me know if there's any way I can be of assistance. Were you not planning on taking the train home? train service has been suspended. Didn't I tell you? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake? May have happened when we were still down south. There's been quite a few tremors as of late, and a rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. Seems people aren't too happy about the train delays.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Wait, is that the trolley lad?
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliolal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
We both knew this would happen. Literally every town we visited. Don't pretend. It is the trolley crew.
There they are. That's them, the two volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zopia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Yeah, trolley gang.
Something the matter?
Don't worry about it. I met a portion, a fractured segment of your soul that became its own person in a different universe.
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our cerulean-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber. We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piata-Yonan Plain. It is Hetzaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first. Come on, no time to waste.
Though no small number live in Shaloni, I must confess that I've never visited the home of the Hetzaro. As they largely live in accordance with older traditions, I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroad. Come, let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. Train will be in the depot, so you can see, but you can still see it from outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself, though if you peek through the windows, you can probably catch a glimpse of enough jabbering Shenza. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. See you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. On the way after all. $932 minutes. Yard. For you. $700. It can't just be $650. Really? I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods through the WODS now. Right. Mewa Hitsoin should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. Oh. You have Ronique on my list. Just build it up. Oh, do I need a second? Yeah. You. Sackernuts. You can't tell me the Nomad group has a fucking Aetheryte installed. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, never had direct dealings with the people of Mewatson, but I do know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of the Session at Wesley Springs. Oh, shit. Glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers. Welcome. I am Huato, chief of Mewahitson, and this is my son, Shepetto. A pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome, and apologize for our sudden intrusion. I'm Walika, station master of Shaktural Railing. Recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Pharaoh and Aaronville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You have a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and faintest hint of salt and sands of lands unknown. Gather you're not from these lands? I'm a traveler of the star, my friend. Really? I would love to know more of you and the lands you've seen. I'm told your people hold your traditions in the highest, yet I gather you're curious about those of others as well? But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso in particular have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads. The Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason I believe that we are attuned to shifting winds around us. I see, that word, Hetso, it means leader of souls in the Hitsara tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetso among the Hitsaro. Here we look to the Ronique for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of Aetherites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. We will furnish you the timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. Do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me. Attunement successful. Oh, this is... I'll be right back, Pato. Stuff down here. Oh. Sure. I guess. I will speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the lands. The Ronique have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Husatawi mentioned that. Do you know what that has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum, Shaloni has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are a part of that. Strong as resilient as they may seem, Ronique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plain may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this we can't help but worry. Understandably, I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Hitsaro, but all of Shaloni. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Valkona. Valkona, you say? We know him only through rumors, but he's apparently... How should I put this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficiency to the detriment of all else. Mind your tongue, Geppetto. While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. His journeys have changed him for the better. He's a bit awkward, so he tends to... His journeys have changed him for the better. You're right, but he's gotten better. In the course of traveling with him, you witnessed him change with your own eyes. Pharaoh fought beside Volcona in the Right of Succession. I take his word over rumors. You took part in the Right of Succession? You're that close to the Dawn Servants? I was grateful for any help, but had no idea I had recruited a bona fide hero. You know, I'm a cook. I'm here to cook. The succession of Dawn Servants filled us with uncertainty for the future, but there is clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, the winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds that we might see Volcona for who he truly is. You think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for your timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please, take all you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Ronique foremost in our minds as we continue working on the railroad, and if needs be, we'll seek Volcona's counsel. My thanks again for your time in the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. We've more than enough timber to fix the tires. Now we need to transport it to the station. Be a bit more involved than I thought. Didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I'll round out a few more hands in a runique. Won't be long. I'm glad that went well. And thankfully, it seems we won't need to make several trips for the timber. While we wait, we could get started moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. I should think this will be enough. That was mighty kind of you to move all that lumber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. See to the rest. Once we repair the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? Much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. You'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid, but you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness. That's fine. Namika and no few others were here long before we arrived. The only right they go before us. Hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you. And Nitowike will be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work. The only work we should be more worried about is our own, Shenza. We've still more to do. I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Shaloni you came to see, I'll leave you to it. I like, obviously, everyone who's playing this weekend, myself included. We're all fucking blitzing through the story. We're doing as much as possible in as little time as possible. But I do like that the game has frequently, just incredibly frequently, every time you go to a new town, every time you're not doing something incredibly urgent, they're like, hey, in game, this takes hours. This happens overnight. You stay here for a couple of days. Chill. Hang out in the area, do some side quests, look at the storylines, you know. Go do your professions or your role quests or stuff like that. Enjoy yourself. And I really appreciate that. I'm not following the advice, but that's because, you know, I'm going to be playing most of this week, and the next week I'm going to fully degen hours it because that's when I took time off. Had you fill of the sites? Well, they appear to have almost finished. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Hell yeah. I think we'll do this and then we'll call it a day.
Glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Here she comes!
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Tyrol. As it stands, we can only ferry folks as far as Yasolani. And from an operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with. But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream. Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yasolani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Uh-oh.
Not another one!
You can't be serious.
Oh shit. Right.
Gods have mercy.
Oh, that's probably not great.
What in the flying? What's happening?
Oh, the train! Nitobekwe and the others!
My home lies that way as well.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
Did Zoral Shah 3D print himself an empire?
What in the world? Are they heading for Tuliolal?
Get back right away.
Heavens forfend.
You're here. Good.
Good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Oh my god.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone.
What the?
I don't know what they are, but they're not men.
Someone help me, please! Oh! Oh!
Bastard!
What the fuck? So one presumably is their soul,
What did it just do?
and the other one, who knows? Let's fucking go.
Thank you.
Save the things. Just get to safety. I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace.
Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Bakul Jaja.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to taste my blade next?
Holy shit.
That you should still live.
We love a queen who accessorizes.
Zorocha?
By the gods, what has happened to you?
mockery, isn't it? After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
Oh, you're alive.
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Tuli Yolal and surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you gone mad?
No. My ambition remains unchanged. To teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
What has changed you so much, and in so short a time? To harm the very people you swore to serve. This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will
Oh yeah, both Vipers.
By my hands, I will end your madness.
Papa, wait! I should be the one to do this.
No. His sins are mine to bear.
Fear not. Ozoralja is strong. He has never been Father's equal in combat.
I believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
What? Hey, back up a second. Did he live Okay, here's my theory. Golden City, AI world, virtual world. Zoralja went in and lived decades training, getting stronger, getting this gear. Assumed his dad was dead. Or maybe he was lied about it. Lied to about it. Who knows? Then comes out. Realizes time was much faster on the inside.
Farewell, Zoralja, my son. And forgive me.
Truly was not expecting him to fall here. I'm assuming he's gonna get back up and win, but truly was not expecting this. I figured Daddy was gonna get jobbed. Oh, that's gonna make for some sick raid mechanics.
Despite his old age, the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
Papa?
Oh.
Even the blessed are mortal.
Father! Sriracha!
You are no match for me.
Murderer. On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
Oh, he's like
So the once
bigger than he
faint-hearted
was.
girl would live up to her title.
He's like at least 1.5, maybe 2 times as big as he used to be.
Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did, father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Sriracha, wait!
My warships will remain in your skies. When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tuli Yolal. Choose your next steps wisely.
Whoa. No, Papa can't die. He can't. Well, I gotta go. I would like to not go because, goddamn, but I gotta head out. Ooh. Well, see y'all later, I guess. Have a good one, everybody.